Oh my gosh, y'all. It is getting real. It is getting too real. In today's video, we're going to recap episode 67, season 3 of Love During Lockup. Things got so out of hand on so many levels, on so many different scenarios during this episode. So, y'all, I'm coming right back at y'all. We're going to get this thing started. Hey y'all, so we're going to start off by briefly talking about Gabby and Chris. There's really not too much to say about them, but we're going to start off by talking about them. So as you know, during the last episode, Gabby's future sister-in-law, Essence, went with her to go pick up Chris from jail. So they got a room together. They went to another part of downstate New York. They stayed together, and things got kind of heated during that stay because they had a discussion, and Gabby didn't like the reaction or the answer that Essence gave her in reference to why she's with her brother. Essence just kept it real and said, I'm just going to tell her what everybody in the family thinks. You're with him because of the money, because Chris came into some of this money. So ever since she made that statement, their stay was very uncomfortable. So the next morning they showed them getting ready or whatever. And Essence is trying to be a woman about it. And she's saying, look, I know things got kind of like out of hand last night. I hope that we can just try to at least try to get through this just for the betterment of Chris, going to pick him up and all that. So Gabby was like, yeah, I want to too. So moving right along, they go up to where the prison is. They didn't have no appointment or anything. So Gabby didn't even think she was going to even be able to get inside the prison to park or whatever. So somehow she gets in. They got there about 7 o'clock a.m. in the morning. And so they're waiting. A couple of hours later, a guard approached them rather, and asked them who they were here for. So they tell him. He goes back. They come back. They still waited another hour and a half or so. So here it is, 11:30, nearly 12 o'clock. Another guard comes out and say, look, I don't want to waste y'all time or anything like that. And I don't know where the communication gap went, but this inmate is not being released today at all. He's not being released. And that's basically all the information that he gave them. So can y'all imagine they there waiting since 7 o'clock in the morning on Chris to come out, okay, thinking he getting released, and he don't get released. How do you just go up to a jail not knowing whether or not the person is getting released? Would you have a notation or some information from him that he's getting out that day? Why would you just go up there and not even... I don't know how people operate around here, but anywho, so Essence calls her mom to fill her in on the situation. So mom not having it. Mom calls her higher up connections that she got in the prison, calls them back and say, no, he's not getting released until tomorrow, which is the next day. So they decide to go get a room and stay together and just try to work this thing out or whatever. So that's how that thing ended. It just baffles me that you go to pick up someone and not knowing whether or not they're really getting out, wasted all your time, your gas, your money, your hotel and all that. I don't know how people operate like that. Indy and Harry. So the last time we left off, Indy tried to go meet Harry at the halfway house, called the halfway, went to the jail first to see if she can see him getting released from jail. That didn't happen. So then she went to the halfway house, where she was on their way to the halfway house, called the halfway house, and halfway house was like, there's no visitation due to COVID. There's no visitation at all. They talked to the supervisor. He condoned everything that they said. So she having a breakdown in the car because, she want to see her spiritual husband, okay? So she wasn't able to see him. So she breaks down in the car. Mom pulls over to the side while she crying and carrying on. Wouldn't you know it, Harry calls her. Harry's like, well, where you at? I've been waiting for you in the front for over an hour. I've been waiting on you. Where you at? She was like, oh, you are? Well, we're right around the corner. Here we come. So I don't know whether or not there was a breakdown of communication between the halfway house and them when they called and they got that information, or did they just mean that you can't visit him, but you can still come and drop off his stuff? I don't know. Anywho, there you go. She gets the chance to drop off his things, give him the spiritual rain, and just see him through a glass. They couldn't hear each other or talk to each other, but she was able to literally physically see him. And the mom saw him too. So that was enough to just put her on cloud 9, child. I mean, she was on cloud 9. So anyway, mom was like, oh, well, he is cute or whatever. Mom just thought that Harry was cute too. But she said, I'm not still giving him no pass, to just be all with you. He's still going to have to prove himself. So according to the halfway house, Harry only has a pass to go to work. That's it. He can't have no visitors. He can't go see nobody. Nobody can see him or whatever like that. So mom just told Indy, look, it's in your best interest. Just come home. You can't see him, so ain't no sense of you being here. Just come home while waiting on him to get himself together. Then y'all can still whatever. So finally the girl decides that she's going to go home, and I was glad about that. So prior to going home, she set it up with Harry's sister that they were going to meet the family. So they go over and meet the family, and his sister and his mom is just not feeling Indy at all. And I kind of don't blame them because she come off so desperate and so like, like desperate to like be with him and marry him and have babies by him and all this other stuff. And the part with that whole thing with them meeting the family that really just gets under my skin, y'all, is her daughter. Her daughter calling him Papa Daddy. And it's like all jumping all over the phone because he had FaceTimed them while they were meeting the family. And so the daughter saw him on the, on the TV, on the phone, and she all like, Papa Daddy, Papa Daddy. Really? That's not your daddy. And why are you allowing this girl to think this is her father and call him daddy? I mean, that to me, that's just crazy. So after it's all said and done, you know how they show the family doing their little talk. So the sister was even like, this is just too much. She crazy. The mom was like, she crazy. And then was like, and the little daughter calling him daddy. They're just moving too fast. So they're not really even feeling Angie like that. And I can't blame them. But anyways, y'all, that's them. I don't know. Y'all, last but not least, Hottie and Ty. So y'all know last week what happened. Ty attacked the girl when the girl wouldn't meet her at the funeral home on her turf. Attacked the girl, started fighting the girl. They didn't get nothing accomplished. They just fought or whatever. So moving along, this episode, Ty has a scheduled video chat with Hottie, which she felt that Hottie got wind that her and Boston got into a fight, so he probably was not going to talk to her on the video chat. When you know it, when she go check the video chat, she see that it was canceled. There were no other scheduled chats. So directly after they were scheduled to talk, Hottie calls her. She goes right in on Hottie. What's up with you in Boston? What's up with you in Boston? So Hottie, like, I can smell game when it's game. To me, you could just tell who was spitting her game on the phone. Oh, there ain't nothing between us. I don't know why you questioning this and that and the other. And, I love you and blah, blah, blah. So after them going back and forth on the phone, I guess he finally won Ty over to the fact that she felt so comfortable. She was like, oh, I believe him. After they hung up, I believe him. I believe him. He ain't going to do me like that. He not going to hurt me. He ain't going to hurt me, whatever, whatever, whatever. Girl, if you feel like he ain't going to hurt you, why do you still want to meet with Boston and talk to Boston? Answer that. Why you still want to meet with Boston and feel like you still got to get some answers because you still don't all the way trust Hottie, okay? So moving right along, y'all. Her and Boston meet up again, but this time, it's like on a neutral ground. Boston brought her friend with her. Ty brought her friend with her. So they all met up to try to just get this thing settled. The minute, and I do mean the minute, Ty walks up there, you could just see in her body language, she walking up to the table where Boston and her friends sitting, all walking like she ready to fight. Just ghetto. So she sits down. They trying to Hottie trying to be a woman about it and break the ice. And she's like, look, calm it down some. Calm it down some. We ain't coming here for all of that. We just trying to talk woman to woman. Like, why you all hyped up, ready to fight, calling the girl insignificant, her friend insignificant and irrelevant and all that, y'all. She's so ghetto. So then they tried to talk. Hottie and Boston tried to talk. Well, Boston basically is the mature one, trying to talk to Hottie and was like, not Hottie, trying to talk to Ty and was like, listen, where do you know him from? I've been with him. We've been together. We've been living together. I've been with him when he had his deals, when he had his concerts. We together. I gave her, she gave her examples of how they together. Like, we are together. That's my man. How long y'all been together? And she like, well, we've been together since November. I don't be with no man all this long time. And, he don't lock it down or whatever. Girl. So then, why she noticed that Boston had on a sweatshirt with Hottie on there, one of his sweatshirts that she claimed she been trying to get, and Hottie told her, oh, no, we don't have no more, it's no more available. But she had one. So that's what triggered Ty right there to get more on the defense. And so then some other words were said or whatever, and, she lunged over the table and tried to fight her again, and it ended that way. So, y'all, oh, my gosh. I don't know if Boston and Ty gonna ever be able to have a civilized conversation, even though Boston tries. Is Ty the one that's ghetto and the one that's wanting to fight and all this other stuff? Really, girl, if you're secure and you got your man, why all the fighting? Why the ghetto acting? But anyways, y'all, next week is the grand finale. We're gonna see what happened with these couples, and then hopefully when Love after Lockup comes on, I think some of these couples are gonna be on there. So I hope y'all enjoyed this little chat about Love During Lockup episode 67. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will be right back at y'all next week with the grand finale review and recap